Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ethan here. Today marks the end of the career of Matt Kenseth and Dale Earnhardt Jr., and it also marks the first championship for Martin Truex Jr. So, good things, bad things. It's a interesting roller coastery, emotional day, but I figured I got to make a video about it. I mean, it's been a crazy year in NASCAR. It was It was kind of an uneventful race today, but it was wild towards the end. I guess I should make a video about the 2017 season, like a little season review, and more importantly, a today's race review. So, first thing I want to talk about, Martin Truex Jr. Congratulations. You are the man. You deserve this championship. 8 wins this year, like freaking over 20 stage wins this year. I'm pretty sure if we used the old point system, you would still be the champion. If we used any point system this year, you were going to be the champion. You were gonna figure it out no matter what. You deserve to be the champion, and you are the champion. The champion of the 2017 NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series. The first year that Monster is the title sponsor. So, just an incredible year. From 2005 to 2016, this man won 7 races, and in 2017, he won 8 races and the championship. Over half of his career wins in one season. This dude just blew up, came out of nowhere, and it's very fitting. It's a nice little bow on top that he got his start from Dale Earnhardt Jr. and from DEI. So it was really awesome to see him in victory lane, get all emotional, and him and Sherry. I mean, it still gets to me, even though they beat it into us every single week. Sherry, 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 Sherry. Martin and Sherry, Martin and Sherry. Oh, such a beautiful story. We get it. But today, they triumphed over all that shit and won the championship, so I guess it was cool today. We don't need to hear it after every single win, but on a day like today, it was a pretty good story. So, yeah, Truex, after going through a shit career and a shit couple of years where he kept leading all the laps and losing races on dumb luck, finally put together a perfect year, a perfect season, just win after win after win after win. And big ups to Drew. Sorry you didn't get to see him win at Darlington. That was a crazy situation with Denny Hamlin and all that. But man, I mean, today's NASCAR just suits Martin Truex Jr. perfectly because he's great on mile-and-a-half tracks, and that's like half of what it is. So, stage racing. Stage racing made its debut this year. I can't say I loved it, but I can't say I hated it. It was nice. I liked it. It added some drama in middle parts of the race where last year and the year before there wasn't much drama at all, so that's good. One that comes to mind is Martinsville whenever what's his name took out Kyle Busch, and Kyle Busch got all pissy about it because that's what Kyle Busch does. So yeah, the stage racing was good. Not great, good. It definitely added a new element. Let's see here. Kyle Busch. Let's talk about Kyle Busch for a second. I jotted down some notes about the race today, and one of them was in the post-race interview. Kyle Busch got really pissy about Joey Logano blocking him. Like, dude, Joey Logano's supposed to block. Just because he's not in the championship doesn't mean he's not trying to win the race too. He's supposed to block you. Everybody out there is supposed to block you. There's 39 other guys out there besides you, and they all got to block you because they all got a race to win, just like you do. It just doesn't mean as much for them as it does for you. So you can't be a little bitch about that. Also, if you remember what happened in Vegas, maybe Logano remembers that you tried to beat him up, and you didn't. You got the shit kicked in by Logano's pit crew, and it could have happened again tonight, but it didn't. You just got blocked. So yeah, he was all bitchy in his post-race interview, whining and crying, and I'll tell you, I don't buy into his 2015 championship. I mean, he didn't even race for half the year. Let's think about the elimination champions. 2014, Kevin Harvick. Yeah, he deserved that one. 2015, Kyle Busch. Come on, bro. You didn't race in half the races. 2016, Jimmie Johnson. That's a real tricky one for me because I'm a Jimmie Johnson fan, but I don't really know if he really should have or not because, I mean, he didn't win that many races compared to the other guys that were in the championship. But I'm still glad about his championship last year. But this year, Truex is the first one since Harvick that really truly was the champion that should have been the champion. So That's really, really great. I keep coming back to Truex, but I mean, he just put together the perfect season. There's not much more you can say about it. Brad and Kevin were very classy in their interviews, and Kyle Busch tried to be, but when he got to that Joey part, he just turned into the old Kyle Busch that everybody loves to hate. So keep on playing the hits, boys. So I guess now I talked about stage racing. I'm thinking about trying to think of any races that really stood out this year. The Daytona 500, absolute shit fest. All the plate races were shit fest this year. I don't know. All hell broke loose on the plate tracks this year. Martinsville was really good. Bristol was cool. Eric Jones almost got that win. Once again, the short tracks were the best races of the year. Hello, Brian France. Let's try to get some more of those involved. But no, you don't listen to fans. You just think everything's great no matter what. Like Kyle Busch says, everything's great. Vegas stood out. I'm glad Vegas is getting another date. I hate it for New Hampshire that they're losing a date, but let's face it, there's not much of a motorsports fandom up in New England for NASCAR. There is for local stuff, but for NASCAR racing, it's not that big up there. So, they need to get back to these little southern short tracks. Get back to North Wilkesboro, but whatever, and some more road courses like Road Atlanta, and not the Roval at Charlotte. Okay, that's not the. It's great that we got another road course, but that's really the best option that we had that we could have went with. You didn't have Road Atlanta or Road America or that other one. Whatever. Brian France making ridiculous decisions. Maybe now that Dale Jr.'s out of NASCAR, they can stop changing the point system every 3 years to try to finally get him a championship. And that's not why they're doing it. Yes, it is. So, Danica Patrick. It was her last full-time start as a NASCAR driver, and in great Danica fashion, it really summed up her entire career. She wrecked and was out of the race. But you know what? Let's forget all the jokes. Let's forget all the shit about Danica having a terrible career and how she's not doing anything good and good equipment and how she should be way better than she is because of the car, but she's not. Let's just take a moment and be grateful. We all like to talk shit about Danica, but let's just take a moment and respect the fact that she punched through that glass ceiling and became the first woman to get a top 5 or something like that. One time she finished like 4th or 5th, and it was the highest a woman ever finished, and that's good. That's great. NASCAR's always been all about the men, and there's plenty of women out there that are fantastic race car drivers that probably didn't get a shot, but they were probably too afraid to, and now that they saw Danica do it, they can do it too. So Danica might not have had a successful career, but what she could have done is paved the way for other female racers that are better than Danica, Carson Elledge, to be future racers and future champions. Carson Elledge. So now I guess Matt Kenseth. Let's talk about Matt Kenseth. The last driver to ever win a championship on basic pure consistency on the old point system is gone. The last driver from the 90s is gone. It truly is the end of an era in NASCAR. One of the last few guys from the Winston Cup Series is gone. Don't quote me on this. Don't call me an idiot. But I think now that him and Dale are retired, I think Kurt Busch is the only guy left from when it was still the Winston Cup. There might be one more. Nobody comes to mind right at the moment. Oh, Kevin Harvick. Duh. Harvick. Casey Kane came in the first year it was Nextel. So, yeah, I think that's all. But Matt Kenseth, definitely, he had a great career, 39 wins, a championship, would have been a 3 or 4 time champion if it wasn't for this stupid point system, but, I can't go 5 seconds without mentioning the stupid point system. We've really lost a lot of great talent. In the past 4 years, we've lost Jeff Burton, Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, Dale Jr., Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon. I might have already mentioned him once, but he's worth mentioning twice. Danica, who was a marketing juggernaut, not quite to the level of your boy Junior, but still, she did it. So, I don't know what else I can say about Matt Kenseth. I mean, he's a great guy with a great sense of humor. won a lot of races. Big shout out to my friend Braxton. I know he's probably really sad that Kenseth's career is over. He's probably crying about it. He told me he cried when he won that race last week and was not ashamed of it. And I don't blame you, man. I wouldn't be ashamed of it either. If I cried over Dale Jr., which I haven't, or I haven't yet, then I wouldn't blame myself. I mean, our whole childhood, both of our childhoods, me with Dale Jr. and Braxton with Matt Kenseth, respectively, have both been completely surrounded by them. They both started racing when we were 1 year, when we were 1 year old. 1 year old. Kenseth won his championship when Braxton was 5. Dale Jr. won that first Daytona 500 when I was in elementary school, and now we're both in college, and the guys that shaped our childhoods are now not going to be in the sport anymore, except Junior's going to be an announcer, but it's not really the same thing. So anyway, let's move on to Dale Earnhardt Jr. This Budweiser right here expired in the year 2007, but as a tribute to my boy Dale Jr., I'm going to shotgun... No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Drinking an 8-year-old beer would probably kill me. But it is a cool can, isn't it? Thought I'd bring that out in the video. Set it right here. It's got all that right there. It's still full, so when the zombie apocalypse comes, this will be my 8-year-old beer. I'll finally drink it. It probably does not age well like a wine or a scotch, but whatever. When I'm about to die, I'm gonna drink the beer that expired in 2007. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale Earnhardt Jr. What can I say about Dale Earnhardt Jr. that I didn't already say in that last video that Junior actually watched, which was really cool. But just my childhood, man. My childhood hero. I used to, watch the race I still watch the race. I watch the race every single Sunday, cheering for Dale Jr. My dad cheering for Dale Jr., my mom cheering for Dale Jr., my sister pretending to care about NASCAR and cheering for Dale Jr. as long as Dad was in the room. So many great memories, good ones, bad ones, about Dale Earnhardt Jr. from when he was winning back in the day and almost winning the championship to when he was having those years where he struggled and missed his pit all the time and all that. And he started winning when I was in elementary school, and he won his last race last year, which was my senior year of high school, and now I'm in college, and Junior's gone. No more Earnhardt. First time since 1978 that there's not going to be a competitive Earnhardt in the field. You can't count Jeffrey Earnhardt because he's going to be in the back of the pack. But it's not over. That lineage is not over because Carson Elledge will be your first female champion of the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series. I guarantee you that right now. And Carson, if you're watching, which I don't know why the hell you'd find this video, but if you're watching, just know old Ethan Benfield here is your number one fan. Number one. There is no bigger Carson Elledge fan in the future whenever you get into the sport. I'm going to have all the shirts and hats and jackets and die casts. I'm going to have all of it. Just remember this guy right here. Remember this ugly face right here. These remember just take a good look right now because you're looking at your number one fan. But anyway, let's get back to Junior. 2004 Daytona 500 champion. 2014 Daytona 500 champion. 20 something career wins. I'd like to sit here and tell you that I remember each and every single one of them, but that's not how life works. You don't get to remember every single good memory. You only remember some of the shitty ones. But I remember how happy my dad was on Father's Day when Dale Jr. won at Michigan in 2008. I remember how happy I was when he won the Daytona 500 in 2014 after several years of watching him struggle, and how me and my mom enjoyed that race. I remember going to my first Busch race way back in 2004 and getting super excited because Dale Jr. was in it and I didn't know he was in it. I remember so many things about Dale Jr.'s career that weren't necessarily his wins. I remember his interviews and how classy he was in his interviews, and how funny he was in his interviews, and his voice and the way he talks, and which we're going to get to hear in the broadcasting booth next year. He's really down to earth guy. Doesn't really let the fame get to him. I don't think he's the kind of guy to play the "I'm freaking Dale Jr." card. I think he's just a regular old dude, just a good old boy from North Carolina who happens to be a multi-millionaire race car driver. But I don't know the guy. He could be an asshole, but I just don't think he is. So, hey, Junior, if you somehow get to this video too, I don't think you're an asshole. So, so I guess that's super endearing that some random kid that you don't even know thinks you're a cool dude. But hey, it's worth something. I don't know what else I can say. I feel like I should be emotional, and I am. I'm sad about it. I'm not gonna cry about it. But, and that's no offense to Braxton, but just a whole career, and it's over. And an era of NASCAR is over. Big names leaving. Big names coming in. We got a great future. Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Daniel Suarez, William Byron. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be some good years coming up, especially if we could do something about that point system. But it's definitely the end of an era. A lot of childhoods ended today, besides just mine. A lot of 19, 20, 21-year-old kids out there probably decked out in their junior stuff and their Kenseth stuff, and maybe even a couple in their Danica stuff, just like we were today. And it's all over. So, congratulations on a great career, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Congratulations on a fantastic career, championship career, Matt Kenseth. I hope both of y'all go into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations on all that you did for the sport, Danica. Even though we like to make fun of you, you still did a lot for the sport. And most of all today, congratulations to Martin Truex Jr. for being the champion. So, this video is running a little bit long. I usually never make a video of me just straight up talking for almost 18 minutes, but I guess I'm just filling up time at this point, so I'll go ahead and end it. I'm trying to think of a good way to end it. 18 years. 18 years, and I'm 19, so I was along for the ride. So thank you for the memories, Matt Kenseth, and thank you for the memories, Dale Earnhardt Jr. You will be missed. Peace.